we've got 2-2 draw away at Actonian reserves here in Gunnersbury. Um, it was an incident-packed game. We're joined by Jack and Marta C. And I guess it was in the first half. It felt really hard fought and quite sort of close. They took the lead. We scored possibly the best team goal we've scored this season, the best team goal I've seen. So at that point, what were your impressions in the first half?
Yeah, I think the first half we started a bit slow, but then we got a bit more control of the game. It was a close first half, but it was a really nice goal. Actually, Kay was saying she sent me a video on Instagram about a trick that someone did,
Oh
and
right,
we
okay.
copied that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Because Kay let the ball
yeah,
run through to you, and you then put the
yeah,
crossover, and Oscar
yeah.
scored it. Yeah, it was a really, really nice move. I mean, it started over in the left back area as well. At that point, Jack, you were kind of happy with the way the team was set up. It was kind of
Yeah, I think we're always going to try and play football, especially on a 3G pitch. What we've been seeing on Thursdays in the last few months has been really, really good. And even like going back to last week on the spotted dog, which we obviously know grounds do a lot of work on it, but obviously to be able to play football on that pitch like we did last week we was always going to be able to put that sort of move together. It was really good.
as I said, we were coming back from their goal, which was actually nicely taken, finished into the sort of roof of the net. Then in the second half, we seemed to have almost all of the play really, and I think apart from their goal, we had pretty much all of the big chances as well. We obviously Egle scored an amazing free kick from out wide, but were you confident we were going to win at that point?
Um, I think we were hopeful for a win. We were kind of controlling the second half. We kind of had most of the ball, and we had lots of chances. We just didn't convert all of them. It was a very, very nice goal from Egle.
Yeah.
And at that point, I thought if we defended well enough, we could try and keep the score. But I thought we needed another goal to try and be a bit more calm and a bit more relaxed. But unfortunately, we gave away the penalty as well, and that kind of
Yeah.
brought the equaliser.
There were a few decisions at the end, and I'm going to turn to Jack. A few decisions at the end that didn't really fall in our favour. I don't know what your view of the penalty was. I thought it was one of those that was givable, it was soft. But there were two down the other end, which I think we felt we should have got. One for trip on Amy that maybe was in the box, maybe was outside of it. And then one right at the end, which Marta, you were obviously involved in, break down the right hand side, keeper spills it, we put the rebound from the keeper in, and then apparently given offside. There's an indirect free kick in there as well. Jack, can you put yourself into the shoes of the officials? What were they thinking?
Your guess is as good as mine. I think in terms of the penalty that was given, I think we're disappointed about the fact that it was from a throw-in where we didn't pick up, and by the time we did, it was a little bit too late, so we were rushing to get over there. And it didn't look clean from what I saw on the side, so I don't think we can be too disappointed about the fact that it was given as a penalty. It's disappointing because I think other than that, we completely controlled that second half, and as Marta said, we've had a lot of chances in there to finish off. I thought we need to be a little bit better with our finishing, but I thought we deserved the win, and we got the third goal. Just really inexplicable as to how you can decide that you can be offside from a ball that's cut back to you. But then, you're talking about the inconsistencies. One of our players having the shirt pulled off her back, and the referee doesn't want to give it, and then eventually has to give it because the assistant referee spots it. Someone Amy's being clattered into, late, doesn't want anything to do with it, but then will decide to rule out a goal for some random infringement which they've sort of made up. But we absolutely can't. We've got ourselves to blame for not putting that game to bed. Really, we can't rely on especially at this level. I always say refereeing in the Premier League and the WSL is horrendous. So what do we expect when it goes to lower levels when they're not? When it's I don't want to get talking too much about officials because it's not the reason that we didn't win the game. But I think it was really positive how he played. I was really happy. And if we can take that into we've got a little bit of a break now, but if we can take that into another big game into the final, we'll be happy. And it's a really, really big transformation in terms of what we've been going through in terms of the last few months since Alice has taken over and myself and Brian have come in. It's been really, really positive vibes at training, really good quality as well. And I think it's all good having good vibes and have people getting on with each other. But to see the football that was played
Yeah.
like that in that second half as well. They couldn't get out of their half in the second half, and it was really, really good. Just a little bit disappointing we didn't get the result.
Yeah, okay. Marta, we'll finish with you, but just, I mean, personally, you've been playing really well the last sort of 2 or 3 games. You really seem to have got the game together as well. You're just looking to finish the season strong. The cup final's coming up, obviously. There's a game against Brentford as well. But is that the mentality at the moment?
Yeah, I think the whole team wants to try and play as well as we can, keep working, having positive games to come into the final with confidence. We've been playing good football as a team. I think as Jack said, we'll be having fun playing together, and we'll fix the finishing by the final.
Okay, great. Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you both.
Just one last one. Reserves this morning. Won their league, so big congratulations to them, because they train with us on the Thursdays as well. And I think Joanna and Amy have done brilliantly there. You can see it every single week in training. The togetherness they have, the quality when we play games at the end, which they're improving every single week, and they've absolutely deserved it, and they've smashed it this season. So congrats to them.
Yeah, congrats to them.